I had been scheduled to go back to Lebanon mid-October, but because of all of the events of October 7th and forward, my return has been delayed, and I'm hoping now to be back in Lebanon and the region March, April, and May, and then I'll be back in the US to meet with churches in the Midwest and in the Southeast over the summer and early fall. So that's been a big adjustment. I really miss having Scott sharing this work with me. And at the same time, I'm really excited for what his new work holds. One of the things that has really struck me as I am present to partners in the Middle East at a time that's been increasingly difficult and challenging. And those are understated words because there just aren't adjectives enough to really describe what has faced people. This has been true for Lebanon over the last 4+ years since really the fall of 2019 was kind of the big point of change for Lebanon with the economic collapse, a political collapse. That all happened in the fall of 2019. The pandemic started in early 2020, and then there was the Beirut port blast in August of 2020. All of that has been catastrophic for Lebanon, and now the dynamics of the ripple effects coming out of the war between Hamas and the Israeli government has also deeply impacted southern Lebanon. In the meantime, if you take the economic collapse in Lebanon and multiply its impact by about tenfold, you have what the people in Syria are dealing with in terms of loss of income, loss of ability to find work. There's no room for restoration because of the impact of US-led sanctions. So people are just in this holding pattern with a failed economy and unable to buy food, medications, heating fuel for this winter. It's just absolutely miserable for people there. And then Iraq is now also impacted by the fighting between Hamas and the Israeli government, with the ways in which Iranian-affiliated militias have been responding, and then, of course, the U.S. retaliating. And so once again, U.S. bombs are falling in Iraq with a situation that Iraqis had nothing to do with. So that is just deeply discouraging for that country. And so in the midst of that context, there continues to be some really amazing work that is happening, and our partners continue to persevere. And so this couple of verses has really captured for me both the importance of remembering one another in our circumstances, and even more so the work that our communities continue to do in the midst of the challenges that we face in our own places. And that's true both for those of us in the US and for our partners in the Middle East. So this has become a guiding verse for me that for all of us in our contexts, we are fueled by the triune God so that we can keep on keeping on with work that is produced by faith and labor prompted by love, and that endurance that's inspired by the hope that we share in our Lord Jesus Christ.